Welcome to Sherman Hospital. My name is Curtis Winson. I'm the Public Safety Manager at Sherman Hospital. And this is Enrique Alvera, Public Safety Officer and Certified BVP Instructor. Remember, care, welfare, safety, and security is everyone's job. Hazardous waste. Sherman Oaks Hospital provides information about hazardous chemicals by labeling of containers that may have hazardous materials in them. Additional important information is provided on the SDS sheets, also known as the safety data sheets. It is your responsibility to know where the SDS sheets are located and become familiar with them. Hazardous waste. Who's at risk? Well, everyone who works or visits Sherman Oaks Hospital can be exposed to an infectious hazardous material. Transmission. Bacteria or viruses can be transmitted by blood or other bodily fluids, equipment containers, paper goods, glassware, linen, and people, known as infectious substances. Hazardous materials include flammable liquids or gases, such as alcohol, which can burn or explode. What can you do to prevent exposure? Well, it's real simple. Use the appropriate personal protective equipment, also known as PPE. Be sure to wash your hands before and after handling the patient's equipment, after using the restrooms, after covering a sneeze or blowing your nose, and before eating, drinking, or handling the food. Electrical problems and smoking are the number one causes of fires in a hospital. If you see an electrical hazard, we want you to report it. Prior to bringing electrical equipment into your work area, you need to have that equipment inspected by a member of plant operations. Extension or electrical cords are not allowed at Sherman Oaks Hospital at any time. Yes, Sherman Oaks Hospital has a smoking policy as well. We are a smoke-free facility. However, we do provide designated areas for smoking, so please see your supervisor or a member of public safety to determine the most convenient area. A member of the public safety department will alert you if you're found in smoking in an unauthorized area. Let's talk about fires now. We use the acronym RACE to help you remember what to do if a fire were to occur at Sherman Oaks Hospital. The R in RACE stands for rescue. That is to rescue anyone in immediate danger. A stands for alarm, is to activate the alarm or dial 555 to notify the PBX operator. C stands for contain. That means to close the doors and keep the fire from spreading. And E stands for extinguish. Extinguish the fire if you can do so safely. The fire extinguisher. Well, if you use the fire extinguisher, just remember that they are located throughout the hospital. We use the acronym PASS to help remember how to operate a fire extinguisher. The P stands for pull or pull the pin. A stands for aim or aim at the base of the fire. The first S stands for squeeze. That means to squeeze the trigger. And the second S stands for sweep. We want you to sweep past the edges of the fire to extinguish it thoroughly. Evacuation. If there is a fire and it's confined to one compartment, it may be necessary to perform or assist with a horizontal evacuation. And a horizontal evacuation is moving all patients and or staff to a safe location on the same floor behind fire doors. If the fire were spreading and not confined to one location, it may be necessary to perform or assist with a vertical evacuation. A vertical evacuation involves moving people to another floor, and typically that means a lower level. Never use the elevators during the fire. ID badges. ID badges must be worn at all times above your waist, near your shoulder with your picture facing forward. Information on your badge will include your name, department, title, and a picture. These should never be covered. The badge must be presented to a public safety officer upon request. Usually they're asking information to assist in if you are a witness or you have a badge that is not giving you proper authorization for a location you're trying to enter. And finally, if your badge is lost, we want you to contact Human Resources immediately to prevent unauthorized access. Sample of your badge. Take note. First off, the name of your facility is not covered. Your picture is not covered. Your name is not covered. Your title is not covered. And finally, the department which you belong to is not covered. We ask that you do not put any stickers or any items on this badge. And finally, if you poke holes into the badge by trying to put pins on it, it will damage the chip and cause the badge to be inoperable. Employee entry only. Please do not permit access at this location. Everyone who enters this area must have a Sherman Oaks Hospital badge for entry. Security and safety is all of our jobs. What we want you to do when you see a security issue or a safety issue is to report all suspicious activities and hazards. Be alert. Be a good witness. Challenge those not wearing their ID badge. Use the buddy system if it is dark outside when you are arriving or leaving work. Have at least one hand free from holding anything during dark hours when arriving or leaving work. Emergency codes. When you hear an emergency code call, please do not do the following. Do not call PBX or Public Safety and ask if the event is a drill, or ignore the call if you are required to respond. Safety and security at Sherman Oaks Hospital is everyone's job. Learn all hospital emergency codes and their responsibilities. Here we go. The emergency hospital codes here at Sherman Oaks Hospital. A code red is a fire. A code blue is a medical emergency adult. A code white is a medical emergency pediatrics. A code pink is an infant abduction. A code purple is a child abduction. A code yellow is a bomb threat. A code gray is a combative person. A code silver is a person with a weapon or hostage situation. A code orange is a hazardous material spill or release. A code green is a high-risk patient elopement, missing. A code triage internal is a major event that takes place within the hospital that closes down or causes the hospital to not be able to function properly. A code triage external is an incident that takes place that will cause the hospital to be inundated with potential casualties, such as a plane crash, earthquake, an explosion. Dial 555 on any hospital phone in the event of an emergency. Code pink, infant abduction. Code purple, child abduction. In the event of a code pink or code purple overhead page alerting of a possible infant or child abduction, you must do the following. We want you to report immediately to the nearest unattended hospital exit. Ensure that all exits are guarded, and if all exits are sufficiently guarded, patrol the hallways and stairwells. Restrict exit where possible. Ask those leaving to remain in the unit until the emergency has passed. Attempt to obtain the identification of those who do leave. Note down their appearance, the license plate numbers, direction, and their departure. Follow the suspected abductor at a safe distance, making distracting statements such as, "Excuse me, where are you going with the baby or child?" Or, "Please stop, can I see your baby or child?" Never assume that someone else is going to follow the abductor. Remain on your guard until the code pink or code purple is paged overhead, all clear. If you suspect an abduction and a code pink or code purple has not been announced, you should immediately call extension 555, report code pink or code purple, location, suspect description, direction of travel if known, gender, age, and sex of baby or child, and PBX will page overhead the code purple, code pink with the necessary provided information. Remain on guard until code pink, code purple is cleared via the overhead page by the PBX operator. Workplace violence includes the following: physical, verbal assault, threatening behavior, stalking, threatening emails, shouting, swearing, threats of violence and intimidation. Crime of assault. You perform an act that is likely to result into the application of force upon another person, which is in violation of California Penal Code 240 PC. A crime of battery. Willfully and unlawfully use of force of violence upon another. This is in violation of California Penal Code 242. Crime of criminal threats, also known as terrorist threats. Threat of immediate harm made to a person when you intend to or do cause fear in the person threatened. Code Gray. Code Gray is paged overhead to alert staff of immediate need for additional manpower to respond to a real or potentially violent situation. And if you encounter a real potentially violent situation for which additional assistance is needed, dial 555 on the hospital phone. If any person within the facility behaves in a way that poses a threat to the safety and security of anyone in this facility, while ensuring your own safety, remain calm at the scene until assistance arrives. Attempt to resolve the situation with non-violent means, if possible, without risking your own safety. Rescue patients, visitors, or staff in immediate danger, and dial 555. Code Silver, weapons or violence. Code Silver is paged overhead, alert staff to persons with a weapon or hostage situation. Should you encounter a person with a weapon or hostage situation, you must, if you're not in the affected area, do not enter the area. Do not attempt to negotiate with the perpetrator. Contact the Public Safety Department extension 555. Get into a safe location and prevent others from entering the area if possible. If unable to leave the area, you should hide behind objects. Lock the door and barricade the door. Silence your cell phones and remain very quiet. If unable to leave the area or hide, you should fight back. Improvise weapons. Act with physical aggression. Attempt to incapacitate the shooter and commit to your actions. What to do if law enforcement is on scene? Well, keep your hands free of anything. Keep your hands visible. Don't make quick movements. Follow their directions and keep quiet. Remember to report all suspicious activities, threats, and violent situations to the Public Safety Department and wear your ID badge at all times. Welcome to Sherman Oaks Hospital. Security and safety is everyone's job.